First thing you can notice, you know, this is freshly warm, freshly rendered. Actually, it just came out of the pit a while ago. So you can see what it looks like. So you can see all the same telltale signs, right, of what I did on the raw one. It's a little bit smaller now because it's contracted, right? As all the fats and stuff.
It's quite a bit smaller, yeah.
But you can see the general dynamic or the general view of it. You can also see the wiggle, right?
Where the fat is.
That's a properly rendered brisket right there, okay?
Why is it called rendered?
Because you're rendering fat, right? That's the whole point of the end process of this, because after you flavor it with the smoke, and you have to season it with the salt and pepper, and it sat there all day, it just kind of got happy, you had to melt that fat, right? And that's when that fat goes down between those muscle fibers, that's what gives that real buttery flavor that you look for, right? We're going to set this over here. Now this is really hot, so you're going to see me wince, right? Just like you see the boys, and we're going to take that out of there.
Well, it's good that it's hot because by the time it gets in my plate to eat, it's still hot and warm, or whatever, warm.
Right. So whenever you see barbecue guys cut, by the way, right? Some, and it doesn't matter which, or just what you prefer. Some will just go right off the edge, right? And they'll start working up. Others, like what we do is I try to find the difference. This is the point, right? And this is the flat. So this is the lean side. This is the fatty side.
Got it.
And so what I usually try to do is I'd like to come right down the middle. And here's that famous shot that everybody always likes, right? Where you can push on it, right? And you get all see. But that's what I'm talking about with that render. You see how all that juice comes out.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I really want to show, and the reason I was talking about it, is you can see even though I trimmed this out, right? You can still see that big fat is up there, and then you can see that center band of fat and how it's collapsed, right, through the cook process, but it's still there. This is the fat. That's why we call this the fatty side, right? You know, whereas we're right on the edge of it here. I kind of missed a little bit, but you can see there's that traditional brisket cut, right, that you see in so many pictures, right?
But you can order your food here, fatty or lean.
Fatty or lean, exactly. I wanted to kind of demonstrate.
And it's important to specify that because they could be pretty different cuts of the meat. Yeah.
So see, you can see that as I go through, you know, there's less and less of that fat. This is the fat cap that I left on, right? And now you just got a really beautiful piece of meat right there.
Yep.
All right.
Got it.
Yeah. And there's that traditional
falling apart brisket. So moist.
In fact, that one's just I got that one a little hot right now because it fell apart on me. But yeah. There we go. So, fun stuff, right?
Yeah, super fresh.
Super fresh, super ready to go.
Falling apart moist.
Somebody's going to get a really good brisket on that.
Yep.
So, but that was my point today, to recap it, right, is you can't just leave all that fat on these briskets, right? I know it's a pain. People have a lot of angst when they buy them. I mean, after all, they just spent $50 on a brisket or better, and then you've got to cut all that off. But that's just the name of the game, right, and what we do when it comes to brisket.
So there's some waste involved. There's some things you can cook as burn ends, but there's just some things that.
How true do you think? On a brisket, it's a 65% loss. Okay, from the weight of the brisket that it comes in to by the time you set it here on this board, cut it, and sell it.
Wow.
Somewhere between 60 and 65% loss if you do it that way.
Yeah, so you keep it as reasonably priced as you can, but it is an expensive piece of meat to prepare. Yeah.
Right? So
Hi Heidi Grape Green and Terry Weddle. How are you? Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. If you have questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. We're always looking for topics we think that our chefs want to hear about, so let us know what those are. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If you have questions about cooking your brisket, you know who to call. Thanks.